eyes crawl to a table. Paralyzed by pairwise dice, then attend to this heaven slice of an angel wrapped in skin. Roll dice and woes of life. Love deprived, look at her vibe. What's the meaning of life? One subjective paradise. Crystal chandeliers, moments reflected. Often mirrors appear clear, grinning from ear to ear. Craving and raining rain, rekindling the flame. Close as she draws near. Stay there, remove your underwear, shove it somewhere over there. In paradise, we know our purpose.
Boom. Yes, it is. The truth is what you can see, and that's what you'll be hearing here on the Unpopular Hour. Of course, I'm your host, Matt Clark. Happy Friday to everybody. We will start coming on earlier. I'm going to try to do either 1:30 or 1 during the week. Get us a little earlier because of my schedule with the kids in the afternoon. So we're going to start coming on a little bit earlier than 2 o'clock. So hopefully everybody will be able to tune in. But remember, there's multiple ways to watch us. If you can't, you can go to YouTube and search The Unpopular Hour with Matt Clark. Please subscribe, like, hit the notification button. And then as well, our Thunder, since Thunder's starting up on the 25th, we're not doing the preseason stuff. We're doing that on After the Storm. We're going to, talk like today. We'll talk about last night's game. We're not going to do any After the Storm shows until the season starts. But you can search After the Storm, OKC Thunder, and it will pop up, and you can get all of our latest updates and stuff on the Thunder. And then, of course, you can also go to mcsportsnetwork.com. And then you can watch all the shows that we have there. But remember, The Unpopular Hour, search The Unpopular Hour on YouTube, Matt Clark. And then we will be going to a podcast at the end of the month. So just to let you guys know, you guys be able to listen to everything we're doing on the podcast, After the Storm and The Unpopular Hour both. So we'll be doing that as well to help those of you all who can't necessarily listen to today. You can, if you can't come back and listen to the show tonight, you can go to the podcast and listen to it that way. So that's what we're in the process of setting up and getting going. So that being said, last night the Thunder lost, and it was very frustrating game to watch last night because of the simple fact that watching them play, I liked what I saw early. I mean, at the beginning of the game, we started out with our starting five, and we're playing really, really well. We ended the first quarter on top 23. We were up 41-30, 39 at the end of the first, 43. Let me see, what was it? We were up after the end of the first quarter. And then as time went on, it just slowly, I'm not sure exactly how to say it, but it just seems like that, 5 through 10, which of course that he's playing 5 through 10, is what we're trying to figure out. Because we know, 6 through 10, we know what 1 through 5 is. And that's SGA, Josh, Chet, Lou Dort, and J-Dub. And Dort was fantastic last night in front of his hometown. Of course, he's from Montreal, went to high school there. The Thunder had a big showing there, brought most of the staff over. The Thunder girls got to go to Dort's old high school and perform, and so all that was fantastic. But our second five is that you have to do. We got Isaiah Joe, Michik, K-Will, Jang, and Kaysen. Those are the five. And remember, Kaysen started in game one. So I think they're trying to figure out where to put Kaysen Wallace. If he's with the second group, what can he do with them? And he seems like he's a little passive on both. When he was starting, he was kind of like taking back, letting the starters do their thing, trying to earn his spot. And on the second, when he's with the other unit, he's not taking over. I thought Michik was way more assertive watching him play. Now, he's going to have to get used to the speed of the game. There's no question about that. But I did like what I saw in him. He's savvy. He's 29. He just got to get used to the speed and the length because Ansar Thompson was all over him last night, and he got picked once, but he came back and took care of the ball after that. Uh, but I liked what I saw of Michik. I mean, he sees the floor. He's got a really nice shot. He's got a lot of European stuff in him, so he was trying to make a couple passes, kind of like what Josh used to do. It's like this is the NBA, bro. That you can't make a bounce pass in the middle of traffic from one side to the next. It doesn't. It doesn't work that way. It's too much traffic. They're too fast, too athletic. It doesn't work that way. So I really like what I saw out of him. Very aggressive versus Kaysen taking the backside of it. I don't know. I'm sure that a lot of that has to do with one is 29 and a two-time MVP in the EuroLeague, and the other's 19 years old. So probably that has a lot to do with it. So watching them play, I was where Jang, I can see improvement. He is improving, and like I said, I'm not good. I didn't give him a grade last year, and I'm gonna grade him this year. So I will say that he has improved. He's still a little, what's the word I'm looking for? Soft trying to get to the basket and score as far as taking people off the bounce, dribble. Uh, he's struggling a little bit there. But other than that, I really like what I saw from him. Uh, Jang. I mean, he's still a little thin, but that will he will fill out because what is he 20 years old? I don't even think he's 21 yet. So or maybe he just turned 21. So it's going to take him a while to get into the groove. K. Will, he got hurt a little bit last night because you're asking him to play center, and he's pretty physical, but he's still undermanned, and he just can't get a shot off against a bigger guy. He just doesn't really have the handles, and he's a good player. And like I said, I think he's okay, but he's not somebody that I want to keep around on my roster now. Nathan Taylor, YNB, completely different mentality about it. He likes and sees what he does. Me, on the other hand, I'm not. Isaiah Joe, you can see that Isaiah Joe is slowly starting to head to the basket. He's taking uh, because teams, like I said, at the end of last year, what they were doing was getting Isaiah Joe off his spot. So this year he tends to be more willing to take it to the basket, being more aggressive, so the teams won't be able to isolate and get him off there. And when they do, he'll be able to attack the basket and finish. Unlike last year, where he missed some critical baskets trying to attack because he just wasn't used to it. He was kind of pigeonholed as a shooter. But that being said, I like that. Now, my problem is with our last group, which is Lindy Waters, JRE, SAR, Kaysen, and Jang. Now, now remember, Aaron Wiggins did not play last night. Jay Will did not play last night. So this was what was it, 13 that you had to play with last night. And it just seems like we're going to play in a 13 man rotation, which I'm comfortable with for the most part, giving some guys here and there. But we need to be 8 or 9 in. If we're going to finish in the top 6 or 7, we cannot be playing 13, 14 guys. We need to be 8, 9 and playing some minutes for the other guys. I did like the fact that SGA pretty much played the whole first quarter as always. Because remember, SGA first quarter, third quarter, he plays the whole quarter. Second quarter, fourth quarter usually comes in about 6 minutes. Now I will say this: the second quarter I thought was interesting because clearly I took notes on it. The second quarter we came out with uh, which I thought was not bad of a second starting group, and I liked kind of what I was seeing there. I don't know how much we were actually going to uh, use this particular group, but started out with Chet, Isaiah Joe, Kaysen, Michik, and Jang. Uh, and I liked what I saw out of that group in there. And then coming off the bench, you had J Dub, Chet, Jang, Michik, and Kaysen. So right there in the middle of the second quarter there. So I liked what I was seeing from the Thunder in the very beginning. Uh, I liked that second starting because remember my thing was worrying about second quarter, fourth quarter. That's where we would get behind after being either in the lead or right in the game after the end of the first, and then of course we led the NBA in the third quarter, or maybe it was second. Well, I know we led it at first as far as scoring to turnovers and points and differential between third quarter of all NBA teams, how much we led by. So, but it was the started fourth quarter that really killed us. So when you look at the stats for the game, you can see kind of what I was talking about. Halftime, the Pistons 58, the Thunder 74. The Pistons were 9 for 20 from three. The Thunder were 54.8% from the feet. I mean, the Pistons, 29 rebounds, 26 points in the paint, 12 turnovers. Oklahoma City Thunder 9 for 20 from three. Ironically, both of us 9 for 20. I thought that was kind of funny. 53% for us, 50%, 20 rebounds to their 19, 28 pips to their 26. I remember a lot of that has to do with SGA playing. When he plays more, we score more in the paint because he does go and he scores a lot because he's ridiculous. But I will say that I like the fact that he is shooting more threes now, and his shot looks really good. He seems to be more comfortable with it. And if he can add that to his arsenal, uh, he's definitely one of the top five guys. He could move up from there, and he's definitely in the MVP conversation. Let's say the conversation. But is he ready to be the league MVP? I don't know if we have enough pieces around him to actually say that because you can average 30, but you can't finish. I mean, even though Jokic won it when they were fifth, it was stupid. You can't. I mean, Embiid should have won it then. Like I said before, Jokic's first year he won it. Giannis should have won three in a row. The second year he won it, Embiid should have won it. Last year, clearly, Jokic should have won it. But if you're not going to give Giannis his three in a row, you damn sure can't give Jokic his three in a row. It's just impossible. So, but anyway, you look at the end of the final score. The Thunder lose 128-125, and it's because of that final group that we have in there. Those guys lost the lead last time, and we were outscored 38-23 in the fourth. Now remember, that is Jane, Carson, Sar, JRE, and Lindy. That's the guys you had in there. They had the lead when they went in. Okay? They had the lead when they went in. And you just can't. You can't. You can't give the away lead, but you have nobody out there scoring. Lindy can't guard anybody. He can't score. I don't know why you gave him a two-way. He's got a two-way. Sar's got a two-way. So two of the guys that you have on this list have two-way contracts. I just don't get it. And then, of course, Johnson did not play last night. He did not play. Jay Will didn't play. Aaron Wiggins didn't play last night. But this five right here, they almost cost us the game at the first time. In Oklahoma City in our first preseason game that we won against the Spurs. They came back, they barely hung on to win that, and then they lost this one. So what that tells me is Lindy Waters, JRE, and Sar are a no-go. And Jang is just not ready, and Kaysen is not ready to take over and do what needs to be done yet. I don't know if Jang ever will be that guy to take over and do it, but Kaysen could be because he knocked down some shots. I think he scored 5 or 7 points in a row last night. He knocked down a three, then had some free throws. So, or maybe he scored, what was that, 3, 5, 6. So he had six points that he scored. So because he missed the free throw to add a seventh. But that being said, look at the first half versus the second half. That's why I did this. The Pistons were 9 for 20. They ended up being 18 for 37. So that meant they went 9 for 17 the second half. The Thunder went 8 for 23 the second half from three. Field goal percentage, they stayed in the 50s, 54% to 52%. Oklahoma City 53%. We dropped all the way to 41 in the second half, and that's largely because SGA did not play. Josh and them. It just didn't happen. But like I said, what worried me, and I talked about this before, was Josh being passive. Josh didn't score until the second quarter. He didn't score until the second quarter, did I? I know I marked it down here, but I don't know exactly when I marked it down here. Let me see. Okay, Josh scored with 8 minutes to go in the second quarter. Is when Josh Giddey scored. We can't have him being passive. I know everybody likes Chad and all that, but in order to beat the really good teams, Josh Giddey is going to have to score. He's going to have to be aggressive. Because these numbers right here, when you look at first half and second half, It's just not good. Okay, not good. We were winning the rebound percentage by rebounds by 1. We lost by 11. We were winning points in the paint by 2. We lost by 12. Turnovers still took care of the basketball. I love that. Uh, we ended up having 6 turnovers to their 8 in the second half, and then bench scoring was non-existent. I mean, we just, you know, but a lot of it has to do with who you had on the court at that particular time. That's what that says to me as far as the Thunder are concerned. But like I said, when you look at this roster and you look at what the Thunder have and what we can and cannot do, uh, it's just frustrating to me because on our roster, what it says to me, Trey Man didn't play. So that says to me, I like Michik. He's gonna be a nice addition. He's gonna be that guy who can give us some points off the bench. So I like what I see for him so far, which means Kaysen's probably gonna slide back just a little bit because of Michik and what he can do. So to me, you got SGA, Kaysen, Michik as your guards. Then you got Josh Giddey, Lou Dort, and Isaiah Joe. So those are your 6. And then small forwards, J Dub for sure can go. Wiggins gonna be able to go. Jang is coming off the bench. Keontae, he'll be a late guy. Jack White, no. Caleb McConnell, he's not going to play. And Lindy, no. So of those guys, you've got 3. And Keontae, remember, is your other two-way guy, along with Lindy Waters. And then power forwards, of course, Poku is hurt right now. Kendrick Williams, he's going to be your guy coming off the bench. And I'm just saying right now, you're going to have to play Davis Bertans. He can't. Uh, Kendrick cannot. When we go small like that, we're just undersized against certain teams. They're just going to kill us, which is basically what they did to us last night. So Jeremiah Robinson Earl, JRE, he's no, he's just not going. He's just not there. Chet playing better and better and better. Jay Will, we haven't seen enough of him yet, but we know he's going to be fine. But Davis Bertans for sure. Olivier Sarr, yeah, I don't get that now. Davis Bertans, he came off the bench and knocked down some threes because he's a shooter. He can come off and he can shoot the basketball. And so if you're going to stretch the floor, and that's what you want to do, you want to go semi-small. Much rather have Bertans in the game than Kendrick Williams. I'm sorry. I know y'all gave Kendrick all that money, which I didn't understand, and I know Nathan Taylor loves him, which I don't understand. But I'm gonna put Davis Bertans because I'm still gonna have some height. But I've got a guy who can consistently shoot the 3, stretch the floor, and he can defend just as well as K will in the paint. So to me, that leaves you with those 6 guards that I talked about. J Dub is 7, Wiggins is 8. You know Jang is going to play. Yeah, that's 9. But even though I would not be those that would be my 8, and then I would have Chet as my ninth, Jay Will is my 10th, Bertans is my 11th, and you know that James is going to play as my 12th. So those are the guys that I would go with, and probably throw Keontae in there just because you need some time from him to get on the floor. And then if I have to, yeah, I'm going to play Kendricks Williams in there sometimes. But that would be the group that I was going to go with because when you're trying to do them at the end of the game, Kendrick is just small. He's not going to be able to guard guys that are big. Now, if they have a small lineup, then yeah, I'm completely comfortable with having him there because he does a great job of taking charges like Jay will. But I'd much rather have Chet, Jay Will, or Bertans, and preferably I'd rather have Chet, and Jay Will primarily in the games pretty much at all times, and then Davis Bertans over Kendricks. So, but Trey Man, you're gonna have to play him some because let's face it, we got to trade Trey because he's got some potential, but he's just not going to make it. I don't think with this team based on what I see and what we have. So even though I'm a huge fan of his, and I know Mark Long of SRB is a huge fan of Trey, but I just don't see where he can fit in on this team. I really don't see where he can fit in. So, but when you look at Thunder, uh, what upcoming games are, we play. We have October 15th, which is Sunday, is our next game at Charlotte. And right now we won, lost, and we should be 2-0. Okay, right now. So we played Charlotte Hornets in Charlotte on Sunday afternoon. We'll be watching that game to see. I guess it's Sunday. I think it's at 4 o'clock. I believe is when the game is. But we'll be able to watch that game against Charlotte Sunday. Then of course Tuesday back at home against the Bucks at Paycom, and then Thursday night at BOK, which I may slide down for that game on Thursday night there in Tulsa. I may go down to that game because that'd be something I think I definitely want to go watch. So I'll probably go down to that game to watch the Thunder and the Pistons play again there in BOK. But for sure, Tuesday we will be there to watch the Thunder and the Bucks now. So the Thunder to be honest with you, the Thunder should be 2-0 right now. You getting outscored by 15 in the fourth with the group that they had in there. It just tells you right there. JRE no, Lindy no, and Sar no. Those guys and two of those three guys are on two-way contracts. I don't understand it. Lindy cannot guard. Made a dumb foul at the end of the game that cost us for them to be able. It was on a miss. They called a foul on him, and you had already used your challenges. And this is my problem with the challenges. If you're winning challenges, why would the NBA only give you two? I don't understand that. I don't understand the NFL either. If I challenge something and I win and I get to keep my time out, but I get another challenge because I won, and then if I win that challenge, I'm done. Why am I done? If I'm winning my challenges, why do to me, as long as you're winning your challenges, you should be able to get as many as you want if you keep winning them. Now, give me one a quarter or two, maybe two, no more than two in the fourth or something like that. But if I'm winning my challenges, which means I was right and the officials were wrong, then I should keep going. But now I do understand what you're trying to do. You don't want to upset the officials too many times and all that. I get all that, but if I'm winning the challenges, I should keep getting them. That being said, I wasn't sure if Lindy necessarily fouled because, of course, Bally's did not give us a replay to see whether he did or didn't foul because he didn't give us a replay, which we needed, but he did not do it. So, therefore, or we didn't get it because of our great television partner, Bally Sports. Wow, they're just really, really good. So, but that being said, I just gave him a breakdown of who I think should be playing and who shouldn't. Lindy, I like the kid. Norman High School, played with Trey, was at Oklahoma State, all of that stuff, but he's not an NBA player. Good kid, not an NBA player. It's not. And I'm not sure. Now, he does great when, like my Gary Vick and I were talking about that, Randy Wright and I were talking about that YNB, the commander, about he does great for the Thunder if they need him to go somewhere or do something. He's great out in the community. I get all that. But we're trying to win here. And the community, you can take Kaysen will be just as fine, or whomever is just as fine. I don't really understand what Sam is doing here. I don't, Presty. I don't know what he's doing here. I kind of know, but I don't know, but I kind of know. So to me, I don't really get it because we're trying to win, and SGA wants to win now, and he's ready to win now. And remember, let's not repeat the mistake that we did with Kevin Durant. Okay? We already understand what happened before. So let's not repeat that. So you need to make sure we get talent around him, which means J-Dub has gotten bigger and stronger. So we know he's going to be a good number two, if not three. And I like Chet and what Chet's doing, but, when I look at him and Wembanyama, Chet is slower. He don't really get off his feet as much. His shot is not smooth at all, but yet it's effective thus far. And he's obviously worked on. He's got to get bigger, but him bringing the ball up the floor, get the ball out your damn hands and give it to one of the best players in the league. You're trying to be, let me bring the ball up the floor. Screw that. Give the ball to SGA and let him bring the ball up the floor. Get your butt down on the post or out on the side somewhere. Once again, I'm not sure if this coach is the coach to put these guys where they need to be. Not sure. But like I said, we're going to find out. By Christmas, we're going to know what we are and what we're not. By the time that the in-season tournament comes, we will know and what we are and what we aren't. So we shall see what's going to happen in that, okay? And other NBA scores, the Pistons 128, like I said, the Thunder 101. Magic, frustrating. It was actually the Thunder were 125, not 101. Magic beat the Cavs by 3. Hornets lost to the Wizards by 6. That Wizards team, people are going to watch out for them. They're young. They're going to be really, really good. I think people should watch out for them because they're better than what you think they're going to be. Uh, the Grizzlies, the Hawks took care of the Grizzlies by 1. The Pelicans lost to the Rockets, like another team that I think, Drew and them are arguing with me about it. I think you need to watch out for the Rockets. I think they're going to be better than what people think they're going to be. They're a scary little team. They really, really are. And then, of course, the Nuggets, 124, lost to the Bulls, 133. That Nuggets team may not be as deep as their bench may not be as deep as because some of them got pilfered. So they may not be as deep as Drew Henthorne seems to think. The Suns 122, Blazers 111. Suns took care of business. I watched a lot of that game last night. The Blazers had them on the ropes, and then the Suns back line just took care of business. The Blazers are just not ready to quite make that leap. I don't think they're almost there, but they're not quite ready to make the leap 100% over that edge. And then, of course, last night, of course, I don't know if you guys watched the game last night, but of course I did. Uh, the the uh, the Broncos and the Chiefs. The Broncos are now 1-5. Chiefs 5-1, and the Broncos got lucky because, I mean, the personal foul for roughing the passer on Edwards. I mean, he was going full speed. Russell threw the ball just as he hit him. Now the referee said that he drove him down and put his body weight on Russell. I'm like, he was flat on his back, and the guys are like, well, he's got to be to the side more, whatever. I mean, please, please. He got hit. That was a good tackle. And he threw the ball up, and it was on 4th down, and they got the flag in order for them to score the touchdown. By the way, great catch by Cortland Sutton in the end zone. The Chiefs are 5-1, scored 19 points to win the game. And this is so funny is the Chiefs only scored under 20 points 5 times in Mahomes' career, and they've gone under 20 points twice this year. Now, Justin Watson dropped a for sure pass. You got to catch that ball. Hits you in the hands. You're stretched out. He hurt his hand. I mean, once again, if you have a primary receiver, they catch that ball. You're trying to the Chiefs are trying to elevate guys who aren't their third and fourth receivers to first and second. And right now, Rashid Rice, the rookie that you got from SMU, is stepping up, and he's going to be he may end up being your Juju Smith-Schuster along to go with Travis. And somebody was like, oh, well, he targets Travis too much. Well, they didn't say that about Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase the week before. Joe Burrow threw for 300 yards. Jamar Chase had 192. Patrick Mahomes throws for 300 yards, and Kelsey has, 120 something. I mean, really? You throw it to the guy who catch the damn ball. I'm joined by my guy Drew Henthorne of Husker Drew Picks. Am I wrong, Drew? You throw the ball to the guy who catch it, don't you?
Yeah, I think they threw it to him about 100 times last night.
Yeah, but what was he 9 for 9 for $125?
Mm-hmm.
And
Pretty crazy.
Yeah, I was saying that that what's his name? Justin Watson. Dude, you got to catch that ball. He hits you in the hands in the run on full speed. You got to catch that. And
hey, but you know what? Chiefs minus 10.5 and under was a winner.
Yes, sir, it was. Yes, sir, it was.
If West Virginia could play defense, it'd have been a nice night.
Yeah, we're going to talk about that here in a little bit. But anyway, Russell Wilson, dude.
Yeah, it's bad.
They're going to have to move on from him, bro. What they're going to have to do.
He doesn't look comfortable. He's pressing issues. I don't know what he's doing. I mean, just doesn't look like the Russell Wilson of old for sure.
Well, it's almost like Sean Payton is trying to make him into Drew Brees, and he's not. He's not a pocket guy, but he doesn't have the mobility. But when they made that touchdown drive, he was using his legs, which is what they should do more. But I saw a deal today where if he's on the roster on 2024, they owe him his $35 million or whatever for 2025, and his contract kicks in.
Hey, I'll tell you what, I'd still trade Dak for him right now.
Yeah, I agree. But I have a question for you, Drew. Do you think that well, let's go through this and I'll ask you in a minute. Then, of course, Mahomes, 30 for 40, 306 yards, 1 TD, 2 interceptions. Broncos, 197 total yards. Chief, 398. Broncos, how the hell they have 115 rushing yards? Is that because of Russell?
They got most of them in the first quarter.
Yeah, it's like ridiculous. Rushing yards, Chiefs 96, 14 first downs to 22, 2 turnovers to 1. Even though that one turnover they talked about, Mahomes, he got hit. He didn't throw. I mean, it's not like he threw it up there. He got hit. So.
You know what? For whatever reason, though, he seems to throw interceptions against Denver. I don't know what it is.
I agree. He does that. He does not play well against them.
It's like he gets a little loose with the ball against Denver for whatever reason. Because they were showing some stats before the game. He's thrown more interceptions versus Denver than any other team in the NFL.
Isn't that crazy?
Yeah.
I don't. When he plays against them, it's crazy. But the Chiefs are. Everybody talks about them scheming their wide receivers open. I don't think they're trying to show anybody anything right now. That's what I think.
No.
You know what I mean?
They're on cruise control.
Yeah, they're waiting because they still have the Bills. They still have the Chargers next week. They still have they have the Chargers twice. They have the Bills. They have the Bengals. They're not trying to show nobody nothing. I don't think.
I agree.
I think they're just doing vanilla, whatever kind of stuff, and just saying, "Hey, we're good enough to win." But that defense, Drew, boy, God dang,
looking pretty good, aren't they?
Yeah, they really are. They really, really are. But I was saying on the Russell thing, I saw this deal where if they pay him $17 million next year to buy him out, they can be done with him. Now they would take the $60 million or $50-something million cap hit, dead money hit, but they could pay him $17 million and be out. I'd pay him $17 million and say, "See you later."
Yeah, I mean, the thing is that Peyton's going to want to get his guy in there. So
yep.
I think the writing's on the wall.
Well, I mean, look, if the way they're going, they're going to be in a running for Caleb Williams. That's what it looks like to me. But the question is,
and they may have some trade pieces. You can put Russell Wilson out there, a couple other guys, move up in the draft, and make sure that you get him.
Well, they're going to trade some guys. There's no question. They're going to be on a dumpster fire, and I don't blame them. And you got to just reload. I mean, you got to. But the whole thing is, I was listening this morning to Ryan Clark, and he was saying that he thinks that his offense is archaic, and so does Shannon Sharp. They think, okay, you're doing the same stuff that Mike McCarthy's doing, stuff that he used to do. You can't you can't have vanilla anymore. You got to have something different now. What are your thoughts on that?
That roster either, they're not built to play that offense.
Yep. And I just if
they had a big offensive line and they had really good running backs and really good tight ends, then yeah, you can run that kind of pro style, ground and pound,
old school.
You have a good defense kind of offense, but they don't have that.
And that day is over with, don't you think, Drew?
Pretty much. I mean, like I said, unless you're just stacked at every position, which you can't really do that anymore in the NFL.
No. Well, the 49ers are as stacked as anybody as far as their
49ers
position. God damn.
That's what they do.
Yeah, but the whole thing is
right down your throat and play action passing game.
Yeah, well, that's why I was arguing with Ben yesterday about Brock Purdy. My deal is, he's very good at where he's at and what he's doing now. But the question is, would he be able to do that on another team? And
no, because they're not asking him to throw the ball 35 times a game.
They're just asking him not to make mistakes and to be good. Now, is he excellent? Because he has a better arm than Jimmy Garoppolo, because Jimmy Garoppolo only threw in the middle. He could not throw on the sidelines. Brock Purdy can throw on the sidelines. He's more mobile than Jimmy. And, I'm going to give him all
and they're asking him to throw to an all-pro tight end, to an all-pro wide receiver,
to
an all-pro tailback, to an all-pro wingback.
Yep, with one of the best offensive lines in football.
Yeah.
With a great defense that's going to give you multiple opportunities
and give you good field position. You're not going to be backed up.
Yeah. Well, he was arguing saying that he thinks Shanahan is better than Andy Reid. I go, no. Andy Reid is number one, bro. He's number two. He's number two. But you can't put somebody over a guy who has 2 Super Bowls.
Number two.
No, that's what I was telling you. How are you going to put somebody who ain't won a Super and who got beat by him in the Super Bowl over him? You can't do that.
Yeah.
Can't do that, And, so anyway, but, we'll get Ben on here whenever he slides on to do his little deal. But anyway, let's take a quick break, then we're going to come back and do your Blazing 5, 12, 8, and everything else. All your other stuff that you've got on here. I was just laughing. You sent me all that stuff last night. I was like, wait, what? Blazing 6? Hey, I'm going to put it all together. I want to take this opportunity to thank our sponsors, Collaborative Logic. Thank them for keeping us up and running and taking care of my stream deck and doing all my other stuff that I need. Appreciate those guys. They're amazing. If you have any needs for computers, software to be written to make your office run smoother, or website design, call my boy Russell Willifort. Over there, they can hook you up. If you have any needs for engineering, surveying, or planning, SRB loves to be behind the scenes, so if you're building a building or a complex or whatever, they love to go in, survey the land, put everything together for you, and make sure everything runs smoothly. Our guy Jose Fierro over at Oak Grove Trucking.
What's up, Jose? Your boys took a beat
Hey,
down.
I haven't heard from him today, Drew. Didn't hear from him
No.
last night. Didn't hear from him today. I don't know if he may be licking his wounds from last night in his
Nothing wrong
Broncos.
with that.
Yeah, ain't nothing
Going
wrong with
around.
it. Yeah, it's going around. You know
Going around the
exactly.
neighborhood.
Hey, you know how it feels between your Braves and
Oh, dude, don't even
and the
get me
Cowboys.
started.
Yeah, but anyway, we'll get over that. Then Greg and Max Nafee supporting me as they always do. Appreciate those guys and everything they do. YNB, family owned and operated since 1912.
The bank. Makes things happen.
Yes, they do. They're an equal housing lender, member of the FDIC, and a proud sponsor for us to go out and support minority, women, and black-owned businesses, which we'll be back on the road next week. My birthday was this week, so I was struggling in the mornings to try to load up equipment. I'm like, I ain't doing all that. I'm going to do the show, and I'm going to do it. I ain't doing all that. So, but
Yeah,
anyway.
you don't want to get carried away.
No,
Don't hurt
so
yourself.
I said next week I'll get out, do all our sponsorship runs next week. But anyway, you can pre-qualify online at www.ynbok.com. That's www.ynbok.com. You can go in and see them in any of their locations. The main bank at 401 Elm in downtown Yukon, which that doesn't even look like a downtown. I know it does, but it's just like, where are the buildings at? I guess they do have two
Hey,
stores.
keeping it small. Keeping it small. Hometown feel.
Yeah, it is. YNB East, which is off the Parkway and 39th or 66th, the 66th Highway, however you want to look at it. YNB Mustang, 218 North Mustang Road. YNB Parkway, which is off Garth Brooks, just south of I-40. YNB Peoples, 6201 Northwest 23rd, just between MacArthur and Rockwell. And then our boy on the phone right here, DT Construction and Consulting. Holler at our boy Drew Hinthorn at 405-209-4051 for any of your roofing or construction needs, inside or out, painting, whatever he is, the dude. You can email him at dtconstruction2015@outlook.com. That's dtconstruction2015 at outlook.com. They are respectful, local, and loyal. So when you dial the 405-209-4051, this man will answer his phone, and that's facts, and that's how that is.
Sir.
Yeah, and that's how it is. Now, Drew, we have that game last night.
Which one?
I'm not talking about the Braves. I'm talking about I saw because I turned the Houston game off. Okay,
Right.
I turned the Houston game off, and I think didn't you have West Virginia? Didn't you have
I had
West Virginia 3 last
-3,
night?
so they were covering with 42 seconds
to go.
left.
Yeah, and dude, why are you trying to catch the ball? Aren't you supposed to knock the ball
obviously
down?
they haven't practiced Hail Mary defense, and then why is the 6'7" tight end not in the game just to knock the ball down?
I didn't understand that, Drew. I really didn't. So
the personal foul killed him. They got a 15-yard personal foul for taking your helmet off, and so that moved the ball up. They ran one play, and then they get within 48 yards, and every quarterback in NCAA can throw it 48 yards.
Yep.
So they put themselves in a hole, and then they go down there and let one get batted around, and stuff happens.
One bounce right to the guy.
Oh, it's just
right
perfect.
to the guy.
Couldn't have
just
better.
right there. So anyway, today you have college football. Tonight you got Memphis taking the points 4.5. Or actually, they're giving 4.5.
They're plus 4.5.
They're getting 4.5. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the home team tonight, and on a Friday night special. Really no rhyme or reason behind it. These teams are pretty evenly matched. I just think that 4.5 is gonna be too much at home. Memphis may get beat, but I don't think they'll get beat by a touchdown. So we'll take the home team and take the points.
Okay, and then you got Fresno State. You got those boys in there. You're taking it minus 4.5.
Right, and we've watched Fresno State play a few times this year, and I think they got a pretty good little squad. And again, a Friday night, they are going up into the mountains in Utah, but Utah State's not the Utah State of old.
No, they're really not. How have they fallen off so far, Drew? They used to be pretty tough.
Lost some coaches. to BYU. Lost some players in the portal. They just got to catch lightning in a bottle. They're one of those schools that's not just going to reload every year. So if they lose 4 or 5 guys,
they're in trouble.
They're in trouble.
Then you're taking the Buffs -12 at home.
Yeah, Stanford's terrible. The first time I'm taking Colorado all year. So, and they're getting Travis Griffin back tonight.
Travis Hunter.
That place. Travis Griffin. Sorry, Travis Hunter, and that place should be rocking and rolling. So I look for them to expose a Stanford team that can't really stop anybody and can't really score. So they should pound them.
How do you feel about Deion griping about the Friday night games? My deal is, bro, you should be happy that people want to see you.
Yeah, you're the only game in town.
You would think, right?
Yeah, I liked it when Nebraska played on Friday night. They had the show that was right outside Chicago. They had a lot of recruits on the sidelines. You got to take advantage of it. You got all eyes on you.
Yep.
So as Tupac once famously said,
yeah,
all eyes on me.
Yeah, thank God his murderer finally got caught after 20 whatever years or something
that's crazy.
Stupid. That's insane.
They got to do a 60 minutes or a 20 or something to go through all the facts on that.
Yeah, well, the cop that did it, the one that actually ended up doing the arrest warrant, he went through the timeline of what all happened.
Okay.
They had the video and all that.
Yet.
Yeah, when they did the arrest, they showed Tupac with the guy beating up the one guy that
that Orlando Brown or whatever his name was.
They showed all that. So then, of course, on Saturday when all the big stuff starts, boy, you're liking some Tennessee, aren't you?
I am. I like Tennessee this weekend. It's time for them to show up. Everybody thought Tennessee was going to possible playoff run this year, maybe a possible national championship run. They just really haven't showed me much, and they can't afford to lose another game. So that's a home game, and I look for them to. It's week 6, so it's time to go. If they're going to do something, I think this is the week they got to do something.
I remember you and Drew and Ben and them, y'all loved the quarterback, and Nathan, y'all loved that quarterback.
He hadn't done anything.
I was like, I don't like the guy, but y'all love that guy. But he hadn't done anything really.
He has done nothing. The whole team hasn't really done.
No.
They just kind of been there. They really haven't. They played pretty well against South Carolina that night, but who hasn't played well against South Carolina? So.
How about Stogner leaving OU for South Carolina with his boy and then coming back?
Yep. That's crazy, funny. Huh? Grass always getting greener on the other side.
Well, he left with his boy and then found out, maybe Spencer Rattler is wasn't his boy. Then you got taking the Cowboys tomorrow.
Yeah, like the Cowboys tomorrow. They got to do something. You would think that after that beatdown they took, they should be pissed off and ready to play. They normally play the Chargers pretty tough. So, but I don't.
No. Okie State Cowboys.
Oh yeah. So Okie State.
Tomorrow, we're talking about tomorrow.
Okay. I think they found something Friday night. I do. I think that they found maybe a little offense, another gear. KU coming in. Okie State's got an extra day to prepare with that Friday night game. I like them tomorrow, catching the short number at home.
Yep. And then, of course,
Texas. And Jalen Daniels isn't playing, so that helps.
Yep. And then, of course, you got Texas Tech. But they are just – that team is – they're unbelievable, Drew. If a team is Jekyll and Hyde, it is Texas Tech.
Yeah. Well, from the road team to the home team with them. They play Oregon to damn near an overtime game, and then they go out and lay eggs on the road.
Yeah, isn't that crazy? I don't really get that. I really don't. But okay, then you're taking your Tar Heels -3.
Yeah, I don't see how Miami recovers from that debacle. That's going to be tough from basically being 6-0 and riding high coming into that game, and that probably would have been College game day if Miami's undefeated and North Carolina was undefeated. I don't know, it would have been a toss-up, but one of the two would have been there, I think. And I don't know. They've been talking all week about firing their coach, and he's 5-1, and all this nonsense.
Yeah, but Drew, I'm sorry, but how do you make that bonehead of a play? All you gotta do is kneel down, and the game's over.
And it's not just on him either. Like we talked about yesterday, that's on the whole coaching staff, the whole program. To me, I'm like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and then
somebody should have just ran out on the field and took a penalty.
Yeah. And on top of that, hey, Drew, and the running back, how do you not have two hands on the ball?
Yeah. Or why don't you just fall down?
I mean, anything. But I mean, yeah. But I feel sorry for that kid because he was uncontrollably upset, which he should have been.
Mm-hmm.
You cost him the ball game, no doubt. You
Oh
lost
yeah.
that game by fumbling. There's no question. Then of course SC plus 2.5. And I thought
Yeah.
for sure that
So I can't believe Notre Dame's favored. They couldn't stop Louisville. I mean, if they can't stop Louisville, they're not going to stop Caleb
yeah.
Williams.
But
I'm
the
sorry.
problem is Sam Hartford, your boy, is going to go off on that defense.
And he may, and it may be a high scoring game, and I don't see Notre Dame being able to stop them ever.
Yeah,
So that's my reasoning behind it, and I think that's going to be a high scoring game. I think it'll be a shootout. I think Caleb Williams is better than Sam Hartman,
yeah,
and I think that eventually they'll make more plays. They
yep,
got better athletes,
yep. I agree.
but
Duke.
I just think Notre Dame has not looked good the last couple weeks.
Yeah, not since they lost to Ohio State. Which that
Yeah,
coach still he cost
keep
him
the
that
air
game.
out of them. Keep the air out of them.
Hey,
Yep.
he lost him that game, dude. Why the hell are you going in to
100%.
prevent defense?
Well, yeah, their coach. What are you throwing the ball for?
Well, that and on top of that, why are you going in to prevent defense? What are you doing? The guy is fourth down. He has happy feet.
It's like what do they say, Matt? Prevent defense does what?
It prevents the win. That's what it does. That's what it does. Then you taking the Dookie. Wait a minute. Wait, hold on. You're taking the Dookies?
It's in basketball.
Okay.
It's in basketball.
Okay.
Because I have a rule in basketball. I don't ever bet on Duke.
-3. Okay, you're taking Dookie -3.
Yeah, and I mean that to me, I really need to research that line because I would have Duke favored by 7 to 8 over NC State. I mean, NC State really hadn't shown me anything, and Duke's got a pretty good team.
Yeah, they do, don't they?
Yeah, I mean they played Notre Dame tough. I mean, that's a good squad.
At home, Notre Dame was at home though. So
yeah, it was. But I like them. I think they'll score some points on NC State, and I've watched NC State play a couple times this year, and they just, like I said, they really haven't shown me anything.
Yep,
Nothing I'm going to be scared about for sure.
Then you're taking Isaiah Pacheco's alma mater, Rutgers, -4.5.
Yeah, well, I mean, I think that just speaks for itself there. I mean, yeah, Michigan State's a dumpster fire.
Oh, God, aren't they? God.
They're just so bad.
I mean, Drew, what is up with these coaches?
Those kids have quit. I watched them play a little bit last week, and they just got throttled, and they don't look good at all. Their quarterback's bad. Their defense really isn't that good.
Well, they're embarrassed what the coach happened. You know, they're having to hear about it. I mean, you know, it's just bad. It's just bad.
But now, and you got to figure, you know, eventually they're gonna clear the cupboards and start playing for next year and playing the young guys and seeing who's going to play next year. That's going to happen pretty soon.
I agree 100% with that too. Then you've got Arkansas and Bama over 46.5.
To me, that's another bad line. I just don't see it. I mean, Alabama to me says score 38 points. Arkansas's defense is not very good. Alabama should be able to run the ball on them. And then on the flip side, Arkansas's got a fifth-year senior quarterback. They should be able to score some points. Bama's not the Bama of old.
Aren't they at home, aren't they? Are Bama at home?
Yeah. I mean, I could see 41-24, and that over-under is 46.
Yeah.
I don't know what people are seeing in the Alabama and the Arkansas defense. I guess I missed something, but I don't see it.
Yeah, I don't either. I'm with you 100%. Now to NFL. You're taking Ben's Ravens -4.
Yeah, Tennessee. It's more playing against Tennessee. I'm not a believer. They're not that good. They're struggling. And the Ravens have had a couple bad losses, which I know you touched on your shows a couple times this week. You know, they should have won a couple games that they lost.
Yep.
And it's time, again, this is kind of a moving week. Teams need to start winning and separating themselves.
Yep, it's week 6.
And you're almost at the halfway point.
Yeah, week 6, you got to get there. Then, of course, those Bengals -3. You liking them against Geno's Pizza, huh? Against Geno's Pizza.
I do. Well, it's tough to deliver in Cincinnati. You know, there's a lot of traffic, and you get Joe Burrow. You got Joe Burrow back, and he's starting to do Joe Burrow things. And I don't know that Vegas has adjusted that line yet to him actually starting to show up and play football.
Well, I think they're going to give him one more week. If he does against Seattle, if you do it against Seattle's defense,
on the flip side of that, Matt, if Geno comes out there and delivers in Cincinnati, then we got to really start talking about
The
Seattle
Seahawks.
being a top 5 team.
Yeah.
I mean, if they go to 5-1, they
Well,
go
I don't
on
know
the road
about
win
top
that
5,
game.
maybe top 10. I don't know about
I
5.
got them in the top 10 already.
I know, but I'm saying for sure top 10. I don't know about top.
Yeah.
I have them in the top 10 as well. I just don't know about top 5. Because who are you going
No,
to
I
take
mean,
out?
let's see how the game plays out.
I know, but
If
what I'm saying is who you going to take out? You're going to take out the Chiefs. You're going to take out the Niners. You're going to take out the Eagles. You're going to take out – who you taking out? The Dolphins? Who you taking out?
maybe the Dolphins, depending on how they look.
Yeah, well,
they're just kind of – they may not be top 5. I might overstay that a little bit, but they damn sure be right outside of it.
Yeah, I agree. 7, 6, 7, they'd move up for sure. If they can beat the Bengals in there in Cincinnati, I agree. Take those Raiders. Wait, how the hell – wait, is that right?
Yeah, that's because the Patriots are terrible.
Raiders -6 though, Drew. I mean, are we sure?
Is it 6 or 3?
It says Raiders 6.
I think it's 3.
Is it 3? Do I have it on there wrong?
3. It should be 3. Let me look.
Let me see.
Let me look here. Should be 3. 6 would be too many for them against Belichick. Let's see here. That's a Sunday night game too, isn't it?
Yeah, it's +3. It's plus. So but I had the Raiders
3-41.
Yeah, so the Raiders are I had it at +3, so they're -3. So that's
they're coming off a nice win on Monday Night Football, and Patriots are bad. The Patriots are about to make a quarterback change. I could see that game going under too.
Do you think they need to make a coaching change or a quarterback change?
Well, I don't know. How much longer does Belichick got left?
Well, he's trying to break the record.
Mm-hmm.
Most wins. That's where he's trying to go out. I don't know how the hell he's going to get there.
How many more has he got left?
Quite a few. Few years.
May not happen.
He's got a few years, bro. I don't know if he's going to get there, but he's trying to get. That's what he's trying to do.
Yeah.
And I just don't.
So yeah, I mean, I just don't. I don't like the Patriots at all. Their body language is bad. Their whole demeanor, just the way they're playing football, is bad. So give me the Raiders at home. They're in Vegas, and Garoppolo, and I like them. It's one of my favorite games on the board, actually.
Yeah, because I saw that. I'm just going, what? And I mean, the Raiders, I just don't see it. But, it happens. It happens. Because then, excuse me, after that, of course, now we have the Rams, taking the Rams -7.
Yeah, Cardinals, terrible. They get the one fluke win against Dallas, which still might be one of the worst losses ever for the Dallas Cowboys. But you let some chump come in, third string quarterback beat you. I don't care who you were missing. They should just be able to line up and roll out the ball and beat them. But it's the NFL,
Yeah.
But I don't foresee that the Rams will have much trouble disparaging with the Cardinals, and it's a rivalry game, so they'll probably punish them.
Yeah, they should, right? That's what you would think, right?
Yeah, it's a division game. The Rams will be focused. They need to win the game. The Rams have got to win those games to have any chance to make the playoffs. And you know what? Surprisingly, Matthew Stafford's been playing really well.
Yeah, he really has. He really has.
I mean,
yeah, he has.
He's kind of a nice little bounce back year for him. Everybody's kind of worried about him if he was going to retire.
Yep.
I don't think he's retiring anytime soon.
It doesn't look like it, does it? He's still spinning it. Then, of course, you have the Eagles. You're taking the Eagles -7.
Yeah. I mean, the Eagles against that quarterback for the Jets. I mean, again, the Eagles should punish them. I don't care if that game's being played in a phone booth. They should write the score on them.
I agree, 100%. Cowboys.
The Eagles are. We think the Eagles are. That game should be within 20 points, 17 points.
Exactly. But the Jets have been playing really well, Chiefs, and then turn around in the Broncos, so we'll see. Cowboys.
I just think maybe the Eagles are a little bit of a different animal.
Now, you bet with your heart or with the Cowboys -2.5, or is it because Justin Herbert's hurt?
Well, so I bet not. It's a trend. They usually play the Chargers tough and usually win out there. But what I don't like is them playing against their former offensive coordinator.
Who knows everything about him.
Who knows? Yeah, who knows? But I tell you what, I'm playing the Dallas needs a bounce back game, because if they lose this, and they've lost 3 out of 4. And they can't lose 3 out of 4 and hope to make the playoffs. I mean, Dallas is teetering around not making the playoffs right now.
I know,
they lose
right?
this one.
They're right on the edge, bro. And I see
Yeah.
this, and I'm just going, but the whole thing is McCarthy gone, or do you keep him, Drew?
Oh, if they don't make the playoffs, he's gone.
Yeah.
He's gone. I mean, he's gone that day.
And is Dak gone too?
I think so. Well, I don't know, but I say that, but that's me talking with my heart that they should get rid of him. But
to me, I just don't.
Jerry Jones thinks he can win the Super Bowl.
I think Jerry Jones is saying whatever the hell he's got to say right now to keep that
keep his confidence.
Yes,
yeah,
that's what I think.
But I agree with that.
Because
what's he going to say? He sucks.
Well, because
during the middle of the year.
I mean, Drew, his agent's going to come back and say he wants more money than Patrick Mahomes, who is currently the highest paid player.
Jones is going to say nope.
I mean, you can't pay him. Like, as an agent, I get what you're saying, but how the hell, based on this man's record, can you pay him more than a guy who has 2 MVPs and 2 Super Bowls?
Right.
And 2 Super Bowl MVPs. I just don't see
it. You can't.
You just can't.
I mean, without getting laughed out of the league.
Yeah, but it's just a joke. Okay, so let's go through this real quick. You got the Ravens and the Titans. Titans +4, over under 40 and 41. Who do you like?
Again, I like the Ravens, and I'd lean a little bit over. I mean, I like the Ravens offense. I think they should score some points.
Yep. Commanders at the Falcons. Do we care?
No. And I would take the Falcons.
-2 and the Falcons, -2.5. Over under 42.5 at home. Yeah. Vikings and the Bears. Bears +2. Over under 44.5.
I kind of like the Bears at home. Vikings without Jefferson.
And it's going to be windy and cold and windy. The wind is going to be swirling there right there in Soldier Field.
If the quarterback for the Bears, he still keeps getting some confidence, that kid's got talent. And I don't. I mean, he looked good against the Redskins, but that's not saying a whole lot. Dude, so it could be fool's gold.
He needs an offensive coordinator. That's what they need. That guy's he's just not the guy. And the Bears, he's just not.
They got to be playing to his strengths too, and they don't.
They're not at all.
They're against the Redskins now. But let's see if they continue that.
We already talked about the Bengals. What about the Niners and the Browns? The Browns are +6.5.
So you remember yesterday we were talking a little bit about Massage Parlor King. And
Deshaun.
Today they said, I was listening to the Pat McAfee show, and they said that it's a bone bruise on his throwing shoulder, and that he had a specialist come in and look at him, and they said that it was going to be 2 to 6 weeks healing time. So now they're throwing it back on the coach, and they think the coach is throwing him under the bus. Basically, trying to make it look like he was ducking it. And I guess a bunch of people have come out for Deshaun and said, how tough he is, and that, he wants to play, but can't throw the ball. And it's a bone bruise on his labrum.
Yeah, he ain't throwing no ball deep.
Oh. So, but I get, being the highest paid player in NFL history, I guess you are going to take a little flack.
But you know what, though? If you're the coach, you need to come out and have your boys back. You just
exactly.
If you don't have, But to me, Drew, that if my coach don't have our quarterbacks back, we ain't got his back. Why am I playing for you, dude? You just lost me. I mean, he lost. He might
have lost me for the rest of the year.
Yeah, I think he lost that staff. I mean, the locker room. If you're gonna do that, you lost the locker room, bro. There's no question about that.
That's what they were getting at on the McAfee show was wow, this coach just basically threw his star player under the bus, and then he's got specialists and team doctors and everybody else coming up saying, hey, he's hurt.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I don't get that, dude. Panthers at the Dolphins, -13.
14 points.
That's a lot of points.
That's so many in the NFL, man. So many points. I would probably take the Dolphins. I wouldn't take the Panthers.
No, under.
I don't know that I would lay the Dolphins.
But the over under is 48, Drew.
Yeah, I would take the over.
Yeah,
I think the Dolphins will score 40.
Probably about
themselves. They average 36 a game.
Yep. Colts Jaguars -4.
I like the Jags there.
I like them. I need ETN to have another big, huge 50-point game again. I'd have beat Nathan in the deal if I'd have played him instead of the other guy.
I don't think I've won a game in our league. I'm getting punished.
Yeah, I am too.
Now Jefferson's out.
Yep, it's bad. It's bad. Saints against the Texans. The Texans, dude. C.J. Stroud, no interceptions to his first 5 games. Never heard. I mean,
yeah, I think we found out They got a quarterback. You know
Well,
what I mean?
they
I
got
like
out,
him. He
but you
looks
remember
good.
though, he took the offensive coordinator, D'Amico Ryans, took him from San Francisco. So
Mm-hmm.
when Mike McDaniel left San Francisco, he took the other guy who was going to be offensive coordinator. He took him with him to Miami, and when D'Amico
Yep.
Ryans left, he took the other guy with him there was going to be there.
Yep.
So, you know,
He just looks a lot more poised than I thought. I mean, I was kind of worried about him his first year, but I stand corrected. He looks good right
yeah, he
now.
does. He does. The
Texans might have found him a quarterback.
Yep. Okay, how about the Lions and the Bucks? Baker Mayfield being an adult, bro.
Yeah, I'm gonna take the Lions, and Mayfield drops one here.
Yep. I think they take care. Bucks are +5 over under 53. Giants and the Bills. The Bills only 3-point favorites at home against the Giants.
Yeah, I don't understand.
Is that right?
No, that's at New York, but I mean that's a Buffalo crowd.
Okay, so it's in Giant Stadium.
Yeah, but that's gonna be a Buffalo crowd. No, but ain't no Giant fan showing up for that beatdown. I mean, they'll be there, but I mean, you're gonna have a bunch of Buffalo people at that game.
Yeah, you are. It's gonna be really, really ugly. Now I agree with that 100%. So now here's my college football schedule. You have we already talked about Stanford, CU. We talked about Arkansas. Okay, Arizona, Oregon, Washington -3 over under 67. You there?
Are you there?
Yeah. Did you hear me?
Sorry, I lost you there, buddy.
Yeah.
Over under 67. So I've been waffling back and forth on this over under all day long, and you know, this being a rivalry game, and bear with me here for a second. I'm going to opine for a sec, but this being a rivalry game, both these teams are pretty good. Yeah. I mean, they got good defenses. It's not. I think the offense overshadows the defense a little bit for both of these teams. So I look for the defenses to show up. Maybe not so much between the 20s, but maybe down in the red zones when it gets, you know, game gets close in the second half. I just don't think it's going to be a, you know, shootout where they're just scoring at will. I just think these teams are too good for that. So I like the under. And boy, I don't think I'd touch the spread with a 10-foot pole.
By the way, the game is in Buffalo. That's what I thought. The Giants are at Buffalo. The Commander yeah, that's why I was saying that.
Josh Allen out.
That's what I said. No, he's still in, but that's why I said that because I had that, and the Commander just sent us a text. So yeah, it is in Buffalo.
I don't understand that.
That's what I was.
No Saquon Barkley. Barkley's still out.
Yeah. I just don't understand that. I don't get that one. I really don't. But anyway,
you know when that happens, that just means take Giants.
Yep, that's exactly what that means. So anyway, back to Oregon and Washington. Oh, and the quarterback is out now. Mac Jones is out. Not Mac Jones, but the other Jones, Daniel Jones. So I just don't know. I don't know how they would do that. I don't really get that. I don't really know how that's going to happen like that. I lost Drew. I know that. So, but anyway, then of course he's already gone over UNC.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Matt.
Yeah.
Matt.
Yeah.
I got Bills -14.5.
Yeah, I don't know why it said that.
Yeah, I got Bills -14.5 and over under is 44.
Yeah, because I don't know what happened on that. I don't know why that was wrong because that didn't make sense. I had that. That must have been a bad deal or something because I had all the other numbers right. I must have put it in wrong or missed it. But
Daniel Jones out and no Saquon Barkley. I mean, Bills should win by 21.
Yeah, but you remember, Drew, when I do these things, I do these on Monday.
Right.
So, and I did not go back and check the thing. So, you know, Monday today, it's two total different. You know, 5 days is a huge jump in the lines. But anyway, in the Big 12 schedule, we have Iowa State at Cincinnati. Cincinnati is -5.
Yeah, we talked about this game. I don't really like it a whole lot. I wouldn't bet on Iowa State. I don't really like them, but I think Cincinnati's defense is pretty good. That showing against OU looks better and better every day.
Yeah, it does. BYU at TCU.
I like BYU there. One of my favorite games of the weekend. Give me BYU +6 points on the road.
TCU so up and down and Jekyll and Hyde this year. BYU, I just think they'll play well down there.
I agree.
That's not a huge home field. That's not a huge home field advantage either.
Yeah, and then we talked about KU and Okie State. Kansas State and Tech, we talked about that as well. Now, I know this is gonna hurt you, Drew, but we gotta talk about it. I'm sorry, bro. I'm just laying it out there now.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. We're gonna have to talk about.
Yeah.
I mean, I know it's brutal for you, my friend.
Well, I mean, this is the deal. 4 games, 33 strikeouts. You got then let me take you a little stat. The 3 best teams in Major League Baseball.
Are all
Braves,
gone.
the Dodgers, Orioles.
Are all gone.
Won a total of 1 game in the playoffs.
Yeah.
And had a total of 67 strikeouts.
Wow.
Let that sink in with those 3 teams that led their leagues respectively in runs scored, batting average, ERA. That tell me that a 5-day layoff did not affect those 3 teams.
It had to have.
Oh God! And then Manfredi's is getting destroyed this morning from big markets, LA, Atlanta. You got 2 teams. You got the Diamondbacks and the Phillies, which nobody outside of Philadelphia and Arizona gives 2 craps about those teams.
Neither one of them.
And you got a dream matchup that you had with the Dodgers and the Braves that no longer exists. You had Baltimore, which is a huge market, no longer in the playoffs. I think the Rangers and the Astros will be a hell of a series. Now, I do agree with that. And the Astros are really the only team that weren't affected by the layoff. They come out and just beat the hell out of people. But I tell you this, if that ball Acuna gets down, we're going back to Atlanta. The guy makes a hell of a catch in center field to hit it, and he just happened to hit it to the deepest part of the ballpark.
But you know what?
The guy makes a great catch, and it's what it is.
Philly got him last year, too. When I saw that matchup, I was like, oh, boy, here we go again. That was my first thought.
Thing they're complaining about is they're saying that after that wild card play-in, that Major League Baseball needs to reseed the playoffs because Atlanta shouldn't have had to been playing a division rival that they see 18 times a year, and they're probably the hottest team in baseball coming into the playoffs in the month of August. Atlanta should have been playing the Diamondbacks.
Right.
Which, who knows if that would have made any difference? The Diamondbacks swept the Dodgers, but I'm just saying that there's going to be some changes to this. Major League Baseball just can't afford to have teams, their marquee teams and the best teams all year, not make it to the World Series.
Well,
I mean, it's just,
that's true, but Drew, they have a marked. I mean, Philly was the 4th seed. I mean, and the Diamondbacks were 6. So.
And it should have been the Braves should have been playing the Diamondbacks, and the Dodgers should have been playing the Phillies.
Yeah, but if you're going by what your record is what they go by, how do you? You know what I'm saying? That's almost like luck of the draw.
Yeah, it's what cold. I mean, I was reading a stat last night that in a 4-game stretch, the Braves had the worst 4-game stretch they had all year. They scored 8 runs in 4 games.
Wow.
Yeah, and they were averaging 6-7 runs a game. I mean, it just things happen in baseball. And we've talked about this before. I think that the baseball, it's probably the hardest to win in the tournament. I mean, you got to, especially with the division. I think the division series should be 7 games and not 5. If you're going to have a 1 seed, be able to lose in 3 games. Because think about this: if it was a 7-game series, well, Atlanta's down 3-1. It goes back to Atlanta with their ace on the mound with 3. You get back 3-2, then you go back 3-3 to Philly. You don't know what happened.
Well, I mean, look at when the Yankees got beat by Boston. Same thing, up 3-1. They go back to Boston, and it was over. They got hot.
It was bad. I mean, I'm very disappointed. They were the best team all year, and then and you draw Philly and playing up there as a Bear. Not many teams are going to win in that environment.
And Drew,
those guys are just crushing the ball.
My problem is this is 2 years in a row, though.
2 years. They've never beat it. Atlanta has never beat Philly in the playoffs. 0-3.
Really? They've never beat them.
Whenever Philly got beat by the Blue Jays, when Carter hit the home run, the Phillies beat the Braves in the National League Championship Series to get there.
Yeah. You're talking about somebody.
0-3.
You talking about somebody can hit it a long ways off the golf tee? He can hit it a long ways off the golf tee, bro.
I'll tell you, that Castellanos guy, he single-handedly beat the Braves. Kevin Harper. I mean, I don't understand why you don't walk them both every time. That made no sense to me. I would have just walked the guy. Nobody else was hitting the ball.
Or like you said, hit him and put him on base or something.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, shake him up a little bit.
They deserved it. I mean, they outplayed the Braves in every facet that you could be outplayed in. They outpitched them, they outhit them, they outfielded them. I mean, they just played better. I mean, Atlanta looked flat and got behind. You get down and you lose a game at home in a 5-game series. You're in trouble.
Yep.
I mean, you get an environment like the Bank and Philly with those rabid freaking fans. I mean, just gives you another reason to wholeheartedly hate the whole city of Philadelphia.
Yeah, but they're crazy. They're crazy in Philly.
They're nuts.
Yeah, football, basketball, baseball, especially in football. I think they're more crazy in football than they are in any other sport.
Yeah, because there's 2 times as many of them.
Yeah.
45,000 at the Bank, and there's 80,000 at whatever they're Lincoln
Field, yeah, Lincoln Financial. Yeah. Hey,
it was miserable, and I appreciate you bringing it up. You might as well get it out.
That's what I did. I wanted you to vent. I wanted you to vent.
And I didn't say anything about the Dodgers. Notice that.
No, the Dodgers. I already said something about the Dodgers. I already did that the other day. Okay, I already said something about the Dodgers. I really wanted to see Atlanta and LA play in a National League Championship Series. It would have been a must-watch TV. Yep, I already talked about Kershaw. I already did that. I did that the other day.
He's probably gone.
Dude, I mean, how do you have a 2-point ERA during the season and an over 4 in the postseason?
Yeah.
You're doubling.
Let's not forget, not to make excuses, but to make an excuse. Freed was dealing with blister problems. He wasn't freed. And then Charlie Morton wasn't even on the roster.
Yeah.
He had a dislocated finger. So in Game 3, when we pitched Elder and he got strapped, we should have had Charlie Morton on the mound. But shoulda, woulda, coulda.
Yeah. Well, there's one. Yeah.
11 injuries.
And that reminds me of one last thing. Then we got to go. What's his name? Oh, my mind just went blank. Oh God. Dustin Johnson, your boy, and Bryson DeChambeau, which I'm more of a Dustin fan than DeChambeau. Anyway, they were.
DeChambeau. I like DJ just because he's got a hot wife.
Yeah, well, I like because of that too. Yeah. Plus his father-in-law wasn't a bad hockey player either.
Yeah, and he hits it like 400 yards.
Yeah. Yeah, but so anyway, saw this deal. They're griping about how Liv should get world ranking golf points, and they said no. I'm like, okay, first of all, you're in the Live Tour. There's only 4 or 5 of you guys who are worth a quarter. The rest of those guys aren't worth anything.
And you're wearing shorts and you're driving golf
carts.
carts.
I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm saying sorry. You left the tour for the money.
Yeah.
You did not care about world major championships. You didn't care about none of that. Because if you did, you wouldn't have left. So you left and you took the money, which that's fine if you want to do that, but you can't leave and take the money and then turn around and have it both ways.
Yep.
I'm sorry.
I agree 100%. You gotta take the dog that has the fleas, right?
Yeah, you definitely do.
You're gonna take the dog in. I mean, that's what it is. So you're gonna have to deal with the consequences, and just be glad that you get to play and
chill, listen to music.
Yeah.
Yeah, nobody's there, and the whole thing is, you still get to play in the U.S. Open. Go win it.
Yeah.
You get to play in the PGA. Go win it. You get to play in. Go win it. Those have nothing to do with that. But the golf.
And I know you don't like Kepka, but he did it.
Yep, that's what he did.
He won it. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? He got on the Ryder Cup. You know what I mean? He won it. Go win it. Don't run your mouth. Go win. And then there's no. What are they gonna say? Then
he was driving with DJ and Beauchambeau bitching about it.
Yeah. And then your boy. How about your boy?
I think they just playing against higher competition.
Yep.
I think that has a lot to do with it.
Well, and then your boy Sergio, before the Ryder Cup, was going to say he'd pay a $700,000 fine if they let him on. They're like, no, you left. I mean, come on, man.
Yeah.
You gave up all of that.
They didn't need him, obviously.
No, God. Talking about didn't show up to play. God.
We got our ass handed to us.
Hey, just like we did to them the year before.
Yeah.
Or 2 years ago. But you know what, though? The whole thing.
It wasn't even close either. I mean, it was over after the first day.
But, Drew, we haven't beat them there in what was it, in how long? Since
1993,
yeah,
when
something
Dustin
stupid.
Rose chipped in there, and where were they playing? Turnberry,
Turnberry.
Turnberry, right?
Wherever it was overseas, wherever it was, we hadn't beat them over there in foreign soil. So yeah, whatever. You got to handle. You got to deal with whatever's in front of you. That's kind of how I look at it. So
we are playing the whole world. So.
Yeah, that is true.
No, we're playing France.
Oh,
we're playing the whole world.
Dude, hey, I have a question for you, too, and then we definitely got to go after this. How about the Israel guy, the coach of Israel team? How do you
what he did?
Well, he's coaching over here. The Israel team is, they're traveling, playing against exhibition games. His best friend had retired from the military. After the thing broke out, he re-enlisted and got killed in the first battle.
Oh, that I didn't know that whole story, but I saw a clip, something like that. Yeah, that's crazy, man. I tell you what, man, that's just off the subject. That's just, tell you what, man, that's hitting a lot real close to home, man.
Yeah, with Maud, with Maud, will you think you'd be able to do something with Maud? That happened to Maud right before. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, yeah.
I mean,
100%.
How do you go? I mean, I guess you have to because he'd be pissed at you if you didn't. I mean, I kind of get that. You know what I mean? Yeah. But it was like that would happen to Chad.
I tell you, man, I'm keeping those people in my prayers.
Yeah.
That's just some of that stuff that's coming
stupid,
out. Is
man.
just, man.
Yeah. Well, to me,
it's grotesque, evil. I mean, every bad pronoun you could throw at it is what it is.
It is. It's just I saw that dude. You're. I mean, those people. But you know what, Drew? They're crazy. They've been fighting.
Yeah,
they've been fighting each other a long time.
Years.
They've been fighting each other a long time. You know what I'm saying? They've been fighting each other a long time. There's no love lost there, but god dang, man.
But it's gonna get worse.
Yeah.
It's gonna get worse. I mean, Israel's not gonna back down. It's gonna get worse, and it's gonna be.
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Dale, by the way, did you see the Thunder game? I guess you didn't watch the Thunder game last night, did you?
I did. I watched a little bit of it. I had it on the side TV.
Yeah,
I tell you, Dort played pretty good last night.
Well, but that's his height. That's like if you played in UConn. What you gonna do?
Right.
You're playing for the Thunder, y'all go play at UConn High School. What you gonna do, Drew? You gonna dominate. You know what I'm saying? Come on now. You know what I'm saying? You gonna dominate. Come on now, you at home. But I'm gonna say this, Drew.
When did they open up? They open up a week from Tuesday?
Yeah, the 25th. Week from Wednesday.
And that's on the road?
Yeah, we have two. No, we open up. Let me see. I'll tell you exactly when it is because I have it on here. Let me see. Where do I have it up? I don't have that on my normal. Okay, here we go. We open up the 25th, which is a week from Wednesday.
Week from Wednesday. Okay.
We go at the Bills and then the Cavs on the 27th, and then we go back to back with the Nuggets at home, and then the Pistons at home.
Wait, our home openers, the Nuggets.
Yep. On 2:30 on a Sunday.
Well, we have to go to that. I'm gonna have to go to that.
Yeah, well, I'm already going to the game. We got to. But the whole thing is, I can't drink, Drew.
Commander, if you're listening, I could use a single. I could use a single. Help your nephew out.
Yeah, that's gonna be a bomb. It's a Sunday afternoon, 2:30. Now, who is the Cowboys playing on the 29th?
That day, though, I might be hemmed up at the house of the Cowboys. Who's Dallas?
That's 2 weeks. That's a week from Sunday. No, okay, 2 weeks from Sunday. It's 2 weeks from Sunday.
2 weeks from Sunday.
Yeah.
The Dallas plays. Let's see. I think that's Dallas' bye week. It is Dallas' bye week. That's nice.
Oh, you're good. Then
need single.
Yeah. Hey, then we turn around and play the next night, and that's what we were saying about Chet. Is he gonna play back-to-back nights? But I'm gonna say this, Drew.
You got to figure he's got to, man. Why not,
dude? But Drew, with that group that we got outscored 38-23 with Lindy, JRE, Sar, Kaysen, and Jane.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. How in the world did you give Lindy a two-way and you give Sar a two-way? I'm sorry. I don't see it.
Yeah.
I don't see it.
I don't know. I can't believe Lindy got a two-way. I mean, but Commander must have had something to do with that. Yeah. He must be pulling the strings behind the scenes.
Yeah, he may have been talking. He may be talking to our boy down there, right there at the casino over there. You know what I'm saying? That's pretty close. Our boy. That's what he's probably doing.
Some free checking at the bank to make things happen.
Now, Randy, that was him. That wasn't me, bro. How you gonna talk trash and then ask for a ticket and turn around
free checking. I mean, free checking, no overdraft fees. I mean, something like that. Come on.
Oh my God, I'm done. All right, brother. I'll see you on Monday.
Hey, are you training today? Are you?
Yeah,
off?
I'm getting ready to go right now. I gotta go do. I gotta
Okay.
work. That's
All
what
right,
I gotta be there at 3:30. Now tonight. In fact, as soon as I get off the air, I will call you.
All right.
All right, bye. That was my guy Drew Hinthorn of Husker Drew Picks, running his mouth, talking trash, giving the picks. Hope everybody has a fantastic weekend. Enjoy it. Remember, Saturday, go see our boy Terry Miller at the Oklahoma State game. He's going to be inducted into the Ring of Honor. So proud of my guy TM. Congratulations. Long time coming, my